All right, what up, people? Boy Chig from Gooner. I come with a brand new, the last Premier League review of the season, Arsenal versus Everton. And you know we've got a lot to talk about now because it's been a crazy game, a crazy aftermath, and I needed help basically. So I brought on Colin. The people.
It was.
Yeah, not so bad, all right, guys.
So it's time to now start to dissect this madness of a game. From the sending off to the goals to the performance. What do you think, before we go into the connotations of the game, what do you actually think about the performance? Because I get the feeling the performance isn't going to be talked about as much as the aftermath. So,
well, for me, the performance was good, but it doesn't really count for anything because we've been shocking all season. So, if you just want to isolate the performance, yeah, it was okay. Apart from Koscielny's brain dead decision to get sent off in the 15th minute for absolutely no reason, when he could have just shepherded the ball out. But Koscielny's always got a mistake or a red card or a penalty giveaway in him, so it's nothing more I can expect. He's definitely not world class in my book. But yeah, the performance, I thought Bellerin was decent. For Ozil, he was okay as well, but it was just flat. Like, we should be competing for titles, not scraping to get top four. Deserved it when we've lost 9 league games. That is terrible for a top echelon team. Could you imagine someone like a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid losing 9 league games? It's unheard of, and that's what we were promised, that we were going to be, reaching towards being a Bayern Munich and Real Madrid kind of caliber of team. But and now I'm hearing that Arsene Wenger's coming out and saying we need 1 or 2 players. 1 or 2. If anything, 1 or 2 should stay and the rest should go. Like, I don't understand the delusion in this man. I don't know if he's trying to troll us or if he's actually being serious. I don't know which one would be worse. Oh my God, I'm praying, Colin, please that you're right. I am absolutely praying to the gods that Colin, he has called it all season. He's leaving and we're getting Allegri. I literally, fingers crossed, toes across, this needs to happen because I can't stand 2 more years of this. I can't. I don't think my heart can take it. But yeah, the performance, it was okay. But we're playing on Thursday nights and we deserve to be fair. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. And on the Allegri front, lads, he's closing in on a treble. So there you go.
So for those of you guys who don't know, Colin, for the longest time, honestly, way before anyone I'd ever seen, has been saying Wenger's leaving this year and Allegri's coming. I've never seen someone so flat out convinced that this is happening. And he has been for about 6 months now. And I'll tell you what, more than any other time, I'm hoping he's correct. Colin, please tell me what you thought about the performance.
The performance was all right, but like Topps said, to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, Everton defensively were a joke, but but I don't know. It's hard to feel anything towards this performance. Like, on one hand, yeah, glad Arsenal won. Fine, I've got no problem with that. But at the same time, I don't give a shit. I just don't give a shit. Fact of the matter is, we are where we are because of us. People can blame Middlesbrough for not beating Liverpool and for West Ham not beating Liverpool as well. They can blame them all they want. But the fact of the matter is, we are in this position because of our own doing, practically. Like, we're an average side. And the scary thing is, Europa League is probably our level anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and it's not like that's going to be a walk in the park. Lazio are in there. Atalanta are in there. Milan are in there as well. And with the way that Milan are going about their transfer business, I'm not convinced we'll beat them. Like, they've got Frank Kessie now, who they bought from Atalanta, so that's going well for them. They've bought Ricardo Rodriguez as well from Wolfsburg, someone that we have been linked with for months.
Who haven't we been linked with? Let's be honest.
Exactly, but you get the point. You know, Milan are a more attractive proposition than Arsenal, and they are fucking 6th in Serie A. But you know what the difference is between Milan and us? They've got an owner that actually gives a shit about the club. That's the difference there. Yeah, the Milan's owners are Chinese and all the rest of it, but you can tell that Milan's owners care about the club. Why else would they be doing their transfer business early this year? When have we done that? Ever?
So,
honestly,
all right.
It's a fucking joke, man.
You're correct in the sense that this, in a way, for those of you who are watching, it won't work like a normal review, because how can it? You know, a lot of it was a bit. The result was almost really soured by the fact that Liverpool won. It was soured by the fact that we knew going into this game that, you know, we shouldn't even need to be relying on the likes of Middlesbrough, as Colin just said. I've got to highlight something. Koscielny, guys. What the fuck? What is it with this guy? I've said it for a long time that he's a good defender, but why I would never say he's world class is because he always has a world class clanger in him. Whether it's a handball, whether it's being sent off, whether it's some sort of stupid tackle in the area that leads to a penalty. What is it with Koscielny that he always puts us in a difficult position?
I don't know. I really don't know, Chris. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go a different route with this. When I say the words world-class defender, who do you think of?
Bonucci, Chiellini.
Company when he's fit.
Yeah.
A couple of Napoli defenders.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. The way Tottenham have been defending lately, they're a world-class unit. They are. Yeah. Individually, you might be able to have a conversation, but as a unit, this season, they've been playing world-class standard.
Exactly. Really, you don't put Koscielny in that bracket ever. Like, I don't think of Koscielny as world-class. I never have. And it's because of shit like that. You know, people like me, especially, I've criticized Gabriel just for the fact that there's no communication at the back when he plays. But Koscielny, my God. First of all, there's no reason to lunge in the way he did. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's 15 minutes had gone. Still plenty of time left in the game. No need to do a stupid thing like that. Absolutely not. Because, like, and the guy's not world class. I'm sorry, but when I think of world class, I think of Chiellini. Like, if people try and compare Koscielny to Chiellini, I swear to God, I'm going to do my nutting. Because Koscielny's not on his level. Absolutely not. Chiellini is in a Champions League final with Juventus, and Koscielny is getting sent off in a game against Everton, which, let's be honest, means fuck all. Mm-hmm. Who would you rather have in your team? I know the answer to that. I'd rather have Chiellini all day long. Yeah. Wouldn't even argue it. And another thing, he's not even on Bonucci's level. Seriously, Bonucci might not be world class, but he's miles better than Koscielny.
I'd have
miles better.
I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And true. The thing about it is, lads, he's got this Achilles injury weighing him down as well. If I'm not mistaken, Vermaelen had the exact same thing. And did that not make him worse as a player?
Yeah.
I mean, I had my doubts about Vermaelen anyway, but you know, when you have an Achilles injury, that weighs you down. That doesn't go away. Like, it's not one of these other injuries where you can just shake it off. It stays with you. I mean, I don't know. I think we just need to get a new centre back in, but that's the problem. It's not about, you know, personnel though. It's the coaching of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can get like fucking Bonucci or, you know, Van Dijk or Rob McNally, whoever the fuck you want. But if they're not being coached right, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. So it's funny you should say that. So I've had someone like Henry come on here before.
Yeah.
And Henry is convinced that Wenger, and I quote him when I say this, is a player destroyer. He really believes that he takes a player that he himself believes has a lot of potential and actually goes as far as to make them worse. Topps, in terms of Koscielny, do you think, particularly over the last 2 or 3 years, that he's actually regressed in his ability, or do you think that this is just a one-off bad season and, you know, it's just the occasional clanger and we're going overboard here? What do you think about Koscielny?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think he's regret. I think he's just saying the same. I just think the problem we have is that some of our fans just overrate him. Like, if he puts in a half-decent performance, he's world-class, but it's like, I've just never seen it. Like, I just think they get confused for him being the best defender at Arsenal to being the best defender in the Premier League. It's like two different things. Like, okay, he's the best defender at Arsenal, but that's not really saying much because it's not like we've got a load of world-class defenders anyway. You know, he's better than Per Mertesacker, like, so he should be as well. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's just our fans. I think we're so hasty to say someone's amazing or then to say someone's rubbish. Like, for instance, you know, Alex Iwobi, you know, when he first came in last season, everybody was praising him and stuff like that. And then, like, to your credit, Arsene Wenger overplayed him, and he was getting so much abuse. Oh, he's rubbish, he's this, he's that. And it's like, no, Arsene Wenger has destroyed his confidence, played him when he doesn't need to be played. He should be making cameo appearances here and there, starting the odd game here and there. And, you know, his confidence will stay the same. Same with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I remember when early in the season he came on against Tottenham and he didn't have a great game, started to give the ball away, and everybody was hammering him. And I was like,
yeah, I agree.
Jesus, like, relax, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's a confidence player, you know. If things don't go his way, his head drops, he starts to underperform. But that's not helped with Arsene Wenger dropping him every time he has a good game. The list just goes on and on. I think it's literally just due to, you know, Arsene Wenger not being able to manage players, especially this season, you know, dropping players like Lucas Perez when he's been sensational, keeping players like Aaron Ramsey when he's not done anything, Mesut Ozil, Olivier Giroud, the list goes on and on. And I think he is more detriment to the players not progressing or regressing than the actual players themselves, because he's the one that picks the team and he's the one that, you know, makes sure that we don't really get all the results that we should be getting, you know, and the performances as well. So, yeah, Koscielny, I don't think he's regressed. I think he's just the same. I don't think he's ever been amazing. I can't name you one season where I think, oh, Koscielny's been our player of the season. And that just says a lot. How long has he been here? 7, 8 years? And there's never been a season where I think Koscielny's been class all season. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think he's just staying the same. I mean, this Achilles injury, like Colin was saying, is definitely something you can't shake off. It's got to be with you forever. We've seen it with Santi Cazorla as well. He doesn't seem like he's either. So I don't know. He's 31. He's always injured every other game. He gets sent off as well because he's penalties. He might be a chance just to, you know, if someone puts a bin in for him, just to try and move him on and try and get a defender who we can pair with someone like Rob Holding or Mustafi if you give him a chance next season as well. So. Yeah, I think Koscielny, I think it's a bit like Monreal, I think, for me. His time just waning down at Arsenal. And I think we should just be ushering a new player of a defender, definitely, for next season.
All right, in that case, staying with you, Topps, just based on what you said, to Colin's point, when he says that, you know, he doesn't just feel it's a personnel thing, he actually feels a manager thing. Do you think that, I mean, I too, I'm flabbergasted by Wenger's comments about saying we need for me, that's where he lost me as a fan of his, because 18 months ago, he said the same thing and only check in, and that was when I completely tuned out to him. I thought to myself, right, okay, you've lost me here, because we finished. I think at the time we finished 3rd or 4th, and
I think it's 3rd.
At the time I'm thinking to myself, so you thought the only thing we needed to make us first was a goalkeeper? What? And it's almost like we've finished 5th, the lowest we've ever finished under him. And in his mind, he thinks that the only thing we need to improve is 2 players max. So based on what you said, do you think it's a personnel problem? Or do you think a coach would be able to make this team challenge for the league?
Yeah, I think I agree. It's a coach, definitely. I mean, Arsene Wenger, it's like what Colin was saying. We could have Koscielny, Bonucci, Buffon. We could have any Messi, Ronaldo. We still wouldn't win the league, because the way we're coached and the way we set up against games, it's just too open. And we've had this year in, year out. We're going to have it next season if he stays as well. He's turned decent players who, like Sanchez and Ozil, and especially Ozil, he's having average season upon season. This is the guy that we paid 42 million for, and you can tell he's not motivating Ozil. Ozil's never worried that he's ever going to be dropped, because he's the chosen one. He knows that he can put in terrible performance after terrible performance, and know he's going to get picked every single game, because Arsene Wenger doesn't have a backbone to say, no, we're dropping you. You've been poor, even though you've got world-class ability or whatever. So, yeah, it's definitely a coaching. If we had a better coach, I think we definitely wouldn't have finished 5th. We would have grounded out more points. We would record against the bigger teams than we do now, because, Jesus, that is awful. I mean, how we've lost so many away from home especially is terrible from a club of Arsenal's ability and stature. So, yeah, it's just Arsenal. He's just outdated. We just need someone fresh with ideas, even though I hate to say it, and I hate these lots. Spurs from down the road. We've got a fresh new coach, new manager, Pochettino, bringing in fresh ideas, high pressing, and they play for him. And you've seen them today, they've just scored 7 goals. I can't remember the last time we scored 7 goals in the Premier League. And it's just so sad to see that we've become, I hate to say it, the second best team in North London, because Tottenham are far and away better than us this season, and they were last season as well. So we've just been left behind, and it's Arsene Wenger's fault, to be honest. He's past his time. He's won what he could win, but his last league title was 2004. It's way too long. We're in 2017, going into 2018, and he's still there, having not won a league title. It's just not right. It's just not right. We just need a fresh, new coach, new ideas. And Arsene Wenger, he just needs to retire for me. I think he's had his day. He's not going to improve. We're only going to get worse next season. I mean, potentially we could lose Sanchez and Ozil and Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. And, look how we finished them with them this season, 5th. So we could be even lower next season. So I'm dreading if he stays, and, we've got to enjoy that next season. But we just have to see and hope that, he makes the right decision and leaves the club. But we'll just have to wait and see, man. So.
Colin, let me throw something at you. Your countryman came out today before the game, Mr. Sir Alex Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
And he came out something on the lines of, he basically said something on the lines of, sorry, to quote him, the Wenger pressure is ridiculous. And he feels that the man should be respected and given more time. Now, playing devil's advocate, because AKBs will use this. They'll say, if someone of Sir Alexis Ferguson's stature can come out and say this, then we should pay attention to it. Now, I think Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager of all time.
Yeah.
But let's face it, he was a rival manager. He doesn't have our best interests when he says that. He's just saying that as someone who, this is my opinion, as someone who is looking from the outside in. We're Arsenal fans. And the thing that I think frustrates me personally, being an Arsenal fan, is that media and people outside of our situation are treating it like this is a knee-jerk reaction. No. Sorry, when did we last win the league?
It's not
that was just a reaction from us. We're the most patient fans in the world. In the world, we're not Real Madrid fans here.
No.
If Wenger won the league last year, right, and we narrowly missed it this year, I will be the first one to come out and say, all right, guys, calm the fuck down. But it's been years and years and years, and visibly this.
Put it this way, Chris, yeah? Last time Arsenal won the league, I was 12 years old. There you go. There you go.
What do you think of Ferguson's comments? I was trying to ask it unbiasedly, but I lost myself.
You can't, bro.
I got so annoyed reading his comments. I was like, what?
Thing is, though, right? Look, I'm not going to say that Sir Alex Ferguson is not the greatest manager of all time, because let's face it, he is.
Yeah.
But that comment, right? Stupid, right? And I'll tell you why. Alex Ferguson still has a pull at Man United, right? He might be retired, but do you think if Sir Alex Ferguson recommended somebody to Ed Woodward and that, you think they're going to say no? Please. If Alex Ferguson tells you something at that club, you take it as gospel pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, in regards to him commenting on Arsenal, all I would say to him is, look, shut your fucking mouth. We're Arsenal. Yeah? Just say it. Shut your fucking mouth. You're a Man United guy, yeah? So shut your fucking mouth. Focus on your club, and then we'll focus on ours. We got that straight? All right, lovely. But yeah, look, Chris, I can't. You know, I'm trying to make a joke of it, but I can't. You know, because I mean, I said it to you weeks ago that I didn't give a shit what happened to the team now at the end of the season, and that's still true. I don't like. I mean, yeah, being in the Europa League might be good for the club long term, and you know, and on the AKB point, right? These are the same goons that will say, "Oh, but Arsene Wenger's on par with Sir Alex Ferguson." Is he? Fuck. Jesus, man, they're fucking stupid. But you know, I don't care. Like, see when we like scored the first goal and then the second goal not long after that, I did not care. Do you know why? Because top four only masks our problems. And thank Christ, this fucking 2-decade streak of getting Champions League football is dead. Thank fuck. Because I do not care about it one bit. There'll be some goons that actually do care about it. To those people, all I'm like, do you want to win a league title, or are you just fine with top four here? Is that all you want? Yeah. Okay. Nice to see you've got Arsenal's best interest at heart here. Okay. Fucking goons.
He is very much in that camp of, I'd rather win the FA Cup than finish in the top four.
Yeah.
Who could blame him? Is top four a tangible object?
No. Here's the thing, Chris, right? When was the last time we actually used Champions League football to our benefit to sign top players?
Exactly.
The last one I remember was Alexis.
Yeah.
And that's worked out really well because he's probably off in summer.
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you. Do you think we saw the last Premier League goal from Alexis?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And you know what? If he leaves, I'm not going to hate on the guy. I'm not.
No.
Because, truth be told, it's the club's fault. Like, if they had done the right thing and built the team around him, we wouldn't be in this mess. But they haven't done that, so they are in this mess.
Do you guys think that, I suppose, Brandon, do you think that top four would have made any difference to Alexis staying?
No, I don't think so, because we don't look close to, even winning it. I mean, he scored in the knockout rounds and we lost 5-1, and then in the second leg we lost 5-1 again. So he's probably thinking, I'm probably no close to winning this if we're in the Europa League or actually in the Champions League. So, and it's also with Arsene Wenger spending players. I mean, the first summer that Alexis Sanchez was here, he bought Petr Cech. I bet he probably thought, well, when I signed, you probably did promise me that I was going to be, playing with world-class players, and you've signed a keeper. And then obviously this season we've signed, Mustafi, Xhaka, top quality players that we're buying from Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, et cetera, et cetera. They're good players, but we probably could have bought them if we were in Europa League. To be fair, if you look at the Mustafi from Valencia, Xhaka as well. So he's gone, man. We've wasted his talent. He scored all these goals for what? One FA Cup. And that's what his Arsenal career is going to go down to. He got one FA Cup, because I don't think we're going to beat Chelsea in the final. I'm just going to say it now. This is probably the least confident I've been in a final of any sort. Even the Champions League final I was more confident. I thought, we could beat these.
But let me play devil's advocate there. We have been, in spite of the way we're coming across, I'm very aware to anyone watching this, we did win today. I get that. But we have won back-to-back games recently. We are on good form in spite of the way we're feeling now. Do you still don't think we'll carry that form into the Chelsea game?
No. Look at the team we've got, Chris. Look at the team we've got. Like, Koscielny's banned. Alexis is probably injured. Gabriel's injured. The only defender that is left from today's squad is Rob Holding. I mean, come on. Who are we going to... I don't even think we have enough centre-backs to play three at the back. What are we going to do?
We don't.
What are we going to do? Play Mertesacker, Holding, and Monreal at centre-half again? Please!
That's exactly what he does. I bet exactly that's what he does.
Give me a break, man. Honestly. And you know what else, Chris, yeah? One thing that should point out how shite this season's been, more than me going off on one, right? Topps is a positive guy. Yeah? This season has broken Topps.
It has, man.
If I don't tell you how shit this season's been, nothing will.
I agree. So, for those of you guys who don't know, right? Me and Colin, we moan a lot on our channels. We just do.
No shit.
Watch me. No, I do it. And Colin, I've never seen him not moan, right?
So, to be fair, To be fair, there's happier days than.
Oh, whatever. I've never seen it. But Topps is the calmest, most level-headed guy. I'll tell you what broke him. The Bayern Munich review. Go and subscribe to his channel. His details are in the description below. Go and subscribe to his channel and just watch him break slowly. And I mean that first leg. He absolutely lost it.
And then go watch the Liverpool one.
The Liverpool one is...
That will make me realize, wow, we are in trouble here. Because it tops the break. My word. I completely agree with that.
It's terrible, man. I mean, just go back to your question, Chris. And yeah, we have been in good form. But if you look at the teams we've played, the majority, they've been on the beach, let's be honest. The Stoke game, Southampton game, they had nothing to play for. And I mean, you would say the closest team to Chelsea are Tottenham, and we played them. We got absolutely battered. If it wasn't for better check, it would have been 5 or 6-0. And Chelsea are better than them. So no, just the quality of Chelsea, it's just too much. Even the amount of luck that we need is too great for us to survive. Hazard missing chances, Costa missing chances, Pedro, Willian, etc. It's just not going to happen. We've not got the firepower to compete with them, and especially tactically as well, compared to their manager to ours. It's just a no contest, really. So, no, I can't see anything but a Chelsea win, literally. It pains me to say it, but I just can't see it. Not with this team.
Conte is superior to Wenger in every sense of the word, lads. And not just from this season, right? Conte basically took Juventus from where they were in the lower divisions of Italian football, after that whole match fixing scandal or whatever it was, and rebuilt them to the point where Allegri could take over and turn them into what they are now. Could Arsene Wenger do that with Juventus? No, absolutely not. And another thing where he's better than Wenger, that Italy side in the Euros, that was bang average. How far did Conte get them again? Oh yeah, further than anybody thought possible. Why is that? Because he's a good manager. Wenger, if he had that squad, would he get as far as Conte did? Fuck no. Absolutely not.
Colin, let me ask you a question legitimately. Has there ever been a time, and if it has, when did it stop? Has there ever been a time where you thought Wenger's a real tactician, a real good manager?
Well, let me think. When did I lose my patience with him? And bear in mind, this is when I actually had patience.
Oh, it was a long time ago,
bro. Let's see. I lost it in 2015 when he only bought Czech. So probably around. Well, I think around 2013 when he bought Ozil, and I thought we would push on by then.
Okay.
Because back then I was thinking, because people were telling me these great things about Ozil when he signed him. When I heard about all the great things he did from other people, I was like, you know what? Great. We've finally got someone who's worthy of being in an Arsenal shirt.
Brendan, what about you? When did you, I guess, give up on Wenger? Because I actually don't know.
Okay. It was last year. It was that Man United game when we lost 3-2. I was just thinking that we can't beat a Manchester United. It was like a reserve side, and we had the title. I think we were like 5 points behind Leicester. I think if we won, we would have gone like 2 points behind them again. We had our best team out. Alexis Sanchez. We had Welbeck. We had all our best team out, and they had a bunch of youngsters. They were in terrible form. The football they were playing was terrible as well under Van Gaal at the time, and we conceded 3 goals against them, and we lost 3-2. This as well was absolutely decked. And I just thought, if we can't beat a reserve side when the title's on the line, we're never going to win the title under Arsene Wenger. And as I said, it wasn't the players. We had better players than them. Pound for pound, you would have took our players over all of theirs on the day. It's the management, it's the motivation skills, and that's something that's got nothing to do with it. And it's like, for a title, he's never, ever, ever going to motivate them to win any kind of big silverware like the Champions League or the Premier League. So that's when my patience just ran out and just stopped believing in him, really. That was it.
Okay. Well, I suppose to wrap things up, in terms of going forward, from now onwards, what are the top 3 things you'd like to see at Arsenal? It could be anything. Anything you like. Brandon?
New owners, get Kroenke out, please. He doesn't care about the club. Never has done, never will do. I don't care what he comes out and says about winning the Premier League. It's all a load of tosh. Try and get Usman off in. He looks like wants to show ambition. He's actually going to put money into the club, and he's going to hold the managers that don't succeed accountable and get rid of them and find a better manager if the current one we've got is not doing the job. So that's probably 1. 2, new manager. We need a change. We need fresh ideas. Wenger, his time's over, in my opinion. We need someone who's fit and hungry and willing to win titles. And the third one is spend money, literally spend on world-class players. I can't remember the last time I've been so excited where we've got a legit world-class player where I've seen them do amazing things at other clubs. Probably the last one is probably Sanchez. Top striker, top defender, top midfielder. We need to strengthen the spine. We've been saying this for 5 to 10 years now, ever since the Invincible days. We just need to spend the money, spend the 50, 60 million instead of penny pinching like we do every year. They're trying to save 2 or 3 million here and there. So literally spend, and just challenge for the league. That's what I want to see. I can't believe I've still not seen it since 2004. Or even challenge, not win it, just challenge just for the final day where you still have a chance of winning it. I've still not seen it. So just, they're the 3 things for me. Definitely, yeah.
Colin?
Well, first of all, I want Allegri. I don't care. Like, the guy's Wenger's finished. Like, we could have a new owner Usmanov could come in and nothing would change because it's Arsene Wenger. Like, I know some people will say, well, if Usmanov came in, he would give Wenger 1 year and he would sack him if he failed. I don't think Wenger should be given the year, though, because I don't think he deserves it.
And one point I made, sorry to interrupt, but one thing I made, a point I made in my Musinov video is people forget Musinov is a Wenger supporter. Like, people don't realize he's come out on a few occasions in support of Wenger. So are we really sure he'll be as ruthless as we imagine him to be? And if we do have this thought, where does that confidence come from?
The only thing I would say about Usmanov, Chris, is that he actually does give a shit about the club. That's the one difference between him and Conte, right? Because we all know that Conte does not give a flying fuck about the club. That's obvious, But in regards to the whole Wenger thing, I get where you're coming from, because look, for me, Wenger does not deserve to stay on for 5 months, let alone a year or even a month. Like, what has he shown this season that justifies him getting a year deal? Nothing. Absolute jack fucking shit. It doesn't really matter whether it's Usmanov or Kroenke. If Wenger's still there, we're going to get the same shit every fucking year. It's not exactly rocket science. And as far as the whole new players thing comes in, look, I'm going into next season with low expectations because I'm not expecting a great deal to happen. You know what I'm expecting to happen? No Premier League title. That's what I'm expecting. No top 4. In fact, it would shock me if we made the top 8. I'm not joking. Like, I try to make a joke of it and that, but I can't now. Like, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to be in transition for the next 2 or 3 years. That's the way I see it. You know, that's why I'm going into next season with low expectations. I'm not expecting a great deal. In fact, it's actually sad that I feel that way because, in fact, the last time we finished 5th, right? Newcastle United of all teams were 2nd.
Jeez. And
look what's happened to them since then. They've been relegated twice. They've had shit players coming in. They've got an owner that doesn't give a crap. And they've had a Champions League winner come through the doors to replace the other shite managers that they've had. Since then, we've kept the same manager, won the title 3 times, and after the 3rd one in 2004, just dropped like a stone.
All right. So what are your other 2 wishes? Allegri's number 1.
Half the squad gone.
Wow. Okay. Number 3?
You know, I really don't know. To be honest, if there was a 3rd, it would be Henry as a number 2.
Okay.
And that's only because I've seen what him and Martinez are doing with Belgium. Like, for me, we shouldn't have gotten rid of Henry in the first place. That was a stupid decision, absolutely stupid decision. And Wenger was being a hypocrite for doing it the way he did, because if memory serves me right, wasn't Wenger doing the exact same thing in the summer?
Working for TV,
Yeah.
Boys,
kind of rich for him to sit there and chat shit about Henry not being totally committed to the club when he wasn't in the summer, clearly. And it's not the first time that Wenger's left us in a shithole. Remember when he was supposed to be dealing with the squad and he was sorting his divorce out? That really showed that he loved the club, didn't it? Yeah. Fucking dick.
Well, let me state my top 4. I'm actually surprised both of you haven't mentioned this one. My absolute number 1 would be for next week to win that FA Cup. Number 2.
The only reason I haven't mentioned that in defence of me, I can't speak for Topps, but in defence of me, I don't think we're winning that, so that's why I've not included it.
Yeah.
That would be I'm just talking about what your wish would be. So my wish would be for us to beat Chelsea and for Wenger to be the most successful FA Cup manager. In spite of the way I think about him, I would love him to have that. Because of number 2, which would be for Wenger to take his FA Cup and go off into the sunset. And then number 3, because I'm being realistic, Allegri. Why I haven't chosen the board is because I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's realistic. Much like the way you guys don't think will be Chelsea in the FA Cup, I just don't see. I don't see that American guy leaving. I don't see him leaving. So I think we almost have to work with what we're given. And if he's going to stay and he's long-term committed, then fine. Hopefully under a new manager who hopefully will demand more from his owner, more support, there'll be more of a structure there. We might do something. And that's kind of my stance on it.
So Chris, do you think Kroenke would ever get rid of Wenger then? Or give him a new deal?
No.
No.
I think it is Wenger's call. Unfortunately, I really do.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not his call, Chris. It's not. I'm telling you now that it's not.
It's
ironic because it's not. Thing is, Chris, right?
It's ironic.
Didn't you say to me that the board was going to move him on quietly?
I don't think that he's going to get sacked. Lee actually thinks Wenger knows he's going, and that's why he's like trying to kind of play the press a little bit. I just think personally, I think he's so arrogant and ignorant that I think he will just say, well, I can do this, so I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to sign on a dotted line. And ultimately, I don't think Kroenke is enough of a football person to say, oh, maybe this ain't a good idea. Ivan, as much criticism as I've given to him, I've noticed he's been very media shy lately. Usually when Arsenal are being talked about in the press a lot, there would be that inevitable Ivan Casillas quote or interview. You notice that crap ain't happened lately. So that tells me that maybe Ivan is probably going to be the one to walk instead of Wenger in the summer and just slip off quietly.
To be honest, I don't think it's a footballing decision, though. I really don't. Like, the thing about it is, right, Stan Kroenke, we all know he's about the money, yeah? If Wenger stays, he's going to end up costing him money. It's not exactly a football decision. It's more or less a business decision in that sense. And that's why I honestly think the board are trying to, well, basically just quietly move him aside. In fact, Chris, you made this point ages ago. And, like, because when we were talking about it, I was, like, torn on the whole board thing. Like, I didn't know if I hated them or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to move him on. I really do. Like, because if you think about it, Stan's like, he doesn't say 2 words. Like, you won't get 2 words out of the guy. Keswick blew off interviews a couple months ago, so you know what you're getting with that. In Gazidis, there's no quotes saying, oh, but, you know, Arsene Wenger's the man to take us forward and this and that. There's nothing like that. And Arsene Wenger not doing the whole lap of appreciation thing, that speaks volumes to me. In fact, it's out of order, if you ask me.
Also, just to further put a dent on things, apparently Simeone has come out, announced that his future is with Atletico Madrid. So it's literally going to be Allegri or the old man again, unfortunately.
Well, if he stays, he'll be gone by Christmas.
Oh, I have to say, I admire your belief. That's all I can say.
Yeah, so do I. I hope you're right.
If you would have figured I'm the one with the belief here, considering top.
Yeah, there's so much positivity, just in a different type of way, in a different area.
Yeah.
I think that wraps up a very depressing review for all of us. But let these record numbers of people that are watching us live at the moment, let them know where they can find you on Twitter and YouTube and things like
that. Yeah, you can find me on Brandon Topps on Twitter, TOPPS, and you can follow me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, is Arsenal Match TV. I'm going to be doing a review of the game after this, so make sure you check out for that. And you can follow me on Twitter as well, Arsenal Match TV, no spaces as well. So yeah, hit that subscribe button for me.
And Colin?
Head over to Much Arsenal for the outrageous content that I'll give you. No bullshit, and without doubt, pissing some people off along the way.
You will.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. In regards to the season review, look, I am doing one, but I'm doing one after the Chelsea game. And little plug here, I was going to announce this on my video, but you know what, I might as well do it now. Topps is going to be on there with me. So, best of, well, Topps is the calmer version of me, put it that way.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop, I'd say.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, good. And obviously, if you're listening to us for the first time, button, please, that'd be great. And you can also follow me on Colossal Trig, which is what this little red banner thing should say. Colossal Trig, you can find me. Next week, I will be doing a end of season review, much like Colin. But we're going to have a panel of people. I'm actually not asked them yet, so this might come as a surprise to them. Colin and Topps on for that. But I'll ask them off air just in case they can't. But aside from that, we've had Lee confirm he's going to do it, Henry confirm he's going to do it, and Sam is coming on. So it's going to be a packed show. It's going to offend a lot of people, particularly if Colin as well comes on. So you just heard me talk about the characters that are coming on. It ain't going to be for the faint-hearted, but it'll be a good one. So
no, it won't, and I will make sure it's pleasantly, well, humorous for a lot of people while offending some goods.
So yeah, hopefully, wait, especially if Colin can come on. Bringing Colin and Lee in the same environment.
Oh my God!
That will be explosive. But yeah, so do catch that one. That will be good. I'll probably do that on Bank Holiday Monday, and I'll check with Colin and Topps and see if they're available for that. But aside from that, guys, we're out of here. Take care, and I'll catch you guys again probably for the FA Cup review next week. All right, people, take care.